Okay, let's talk about notes receivable. Okay, notes receivable, in this case, for example, you're issuing a 3-month note at 4.5%, and you sold goods. So here you're the seller. Pay close attention to the language. You're the seller to Buffalo Grocers. They didn't pay you in cash, though. Notice you didn't get any cash for selling it. Instead, what you got is a $30,000 3-month note that accrues 4.5% a year. Okay, notice it's 4.5% per year. It's not 4.5% every 3 months. So basically, what you're going to get the benefit of is the interest for an entire year over the course of 3 months. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Before we start working the entry, what I want to do is I want to show you how much you would receive over an entire year on this note. This is a $30,000 note. It's good for 3 months, so it's a current asset. That means that it will be payable within 3 months, and it's a 4.5% note. So let's look at what that looks like. We got 30,000 at 4.5. We got 30,000. So we have 30,000 at an interest rate of 4.5%. Okay. Note that interest rates are per year. So this is 4.5% per year. But this is not for a year. This is for 3 months. So let's put all the relevant information in. And we'll do it very slowly using this awkward mouse. So the 30,000 over a year would earn 30,000. So if we take $30,000 and multiply it by 0.05, excuse me, 0.045, I'm multiplying it by 0.045, right? Because instead of putting in 4.5%, what I do is move it over to the left twice. 1, 2, put the point, and it's the same thing as multiplying. This gets rid of this business, so you know what to put in your calculator. So 30,000 multiplied by 0.045 gives you the interest for the year. And the interest for the year would be $1,350. Okay? That's how much you collect in a year. Okay? Now keep in mind, you're not going to hold this for a year. You're going to hold this for 3 months. Okay? This is going to become relevant in a minute, right? This is going to become relevant in a minute because we're going to have to accrue interest for a period other than a year. So let's go ahead and look at that. First, we're going to set up the note receivable, because we actually have to have a note receivable. We have to show that we're due the $30,000. So on day 1, October 31st, and that's when this happened here. If you look here, you see this happened October 31st, sold goods to a grocery, receiving a $30,000 3-month 4.5% note. So we know we're going to establish a note receivable from Buffalo Grocers, right? And we have actually sold this. We sold the goods, so we're due the revenue. We have earned the revenue. Come over here, sales revenue. It's important that you recognize that if you sell something, whether they pay you cash or they don't pay you cash, it's in this case it's a note receivable. You have actually earned something. You actually do have sales revenue. And this is an easy entry because it's a flat $30,000. So this is how much you're due on this day. Okay, on this day, October 31st, when they take the goods and they slide a piece of paper, a note that says $30,000, we will pay you. It'll be over 3 months that you'll be paid interest. Then at the end of the cycle, at the end of 3 months, you'll get your $30,000 plus, of course, the interest you've earned along the way. And then it's a 4.5% note. This is the entry we make when we establish the note receivable. This covers the events that happen on October 31st. But now the problem we have is now we're sitting on December 31st. Notice how it helps you. It says December 31st, December 31st. On December 31st, we're due more than just the note receivable of $30,000 because now we've gone through 2 months where we've earned interest. You will notice that from October 31st till November 31st is, November 30th, you know what I mean. From October 31st to November 30th is 1 month. From November 30th to December 31st is 2 months. So we have earned 2/3 of this, okay? This would be an entire year, right? That would be an entire year. Per month, let's say how much this is per month. Per month, write it out. To tell how much we would earn per month, you take the $13.50 and you divide it by 12. There's 12 months in a year. So you earn $112.50 worth of interest every single month. Okay, so every single month, every 30 days, 30, 31 days, you earn $112.50. So in addition to at the end of the 3 months, you receiving $30,000 because you're going to get that back, return of principal. Every month you earn $112.50. So my question to you is, if 2 months have passed, how much do we need to recognize as interest revenue? How much interest revenue have we earned? Well, this is 1 month, right? This is for 1 month. So 2 months is going to be twice that. It's going to be $112.50 times 2, which is $225. Okay? So this is for 12 months, right? We took the principal, we multiplied it by 0.045, which is the same as 4.5%, and we came up with the interest for the year. After we took the interest for the year, we divided by 12 months, and we came up with $112.50 per month. That's $13.50 for a year, divided by 12 is per month, $112.50. And then we need to accrue for 2 months. And we need to accrue for 2 months because we go October 31st to November 30th, that's 1 month. November 30th to December 31st is 2 months. So we come in here, we make our entry for 225 and 225. My question is, we know, right? We know that we are booking interest revenue. Okay, we know that we're booking interest revenue. So let's go ahead and book that right away. So there's your credit to interest revenue, giving us some credit revenue. The question is, what is it that you book as a debit? Well, keep in mind that this note, right, this sold good, receiving a note of $30,000 for it, this does not say it pays you interest monthly. You earn interest monthly, right? But it does not say they pay you interest monthly, okay? So what you need to do, what you need to book here, because it does not say, a note 33 months that pays, if it doesn't say interest paid every single month, all you're doing is accruing the interest month by month. You're due the interest. And that's why here you come in here and book an interest receivable. Okay? The important takeaways here, let me back up here. The important takeaways here is with your initial entry on October 31st, you set up your note receivable. This is your note that you received here, and sales revenue. You're booking sales revenue because you actually sold something. You actually were able to sell goods, and you're in the job of selling goods. So you get sales revenue. And then when 2 months pass, from October 31st to December 31st, you accrued 2 months worth of interest. This is 1 month's worth of interest. Remember, interest rates are per year. They're not per month. Interest rates are per year, unless they explicitly say something different. But if they're silent, they're 4.5% per year. Here's a year. And then you book interest revenue of $225 because at December 31st, you have earned $225. And then the interest receivable is booked because it does not say we are going to pay you interest every single month. It just says it's a 3-month note at 4.5%. What happens in a situation like this is you collect your $30,000 back at the end of 3 months, and then you collect your interest that you've earned for 3 months. This is how much you've earned over 2 months, so this is an interest receivable. At the end of the 3 months, when they pay you the $30,000 plus any interest accrued at 4.5% per year divided by the number of months, then you would clear this interest receivable and debit cash. I hope you found this useful.